beautiful people. Psychic Debbie here with beautiful Hana Banana.
Hey, everybody.
And it's for the beautiful Tuesday. We're going to give you March predictions and astrology. So we're going to do that. If we have time at the end, we'll be doing a couple cards also. Okay?
Sounds good.
We don't know how the time's going to go. Well, thank you for joining me.
I'm so happy to be here again. Happy to see everybody. Hi, everybody in the chat. I can't believe there's so many people that log on like half hour before this show even starts.
We are blessed.
Amazing people
here.
Yes,
amazing,
hello.
Beautiful people. Thank you. They're saying hi to you. Hi, Hana.
Hi.
And thank you for the ones, again, that connected with us at the Conscious Life. We give you so many blessings that you connected with us. And we are just filled with love and joy that you guys are even connecting tonight and doing that. And also we have our Sedona retreat coming up. That's going to be really big.
Eclipse season is here.
and we just got done talking to Jose, who's doing major breath work.
Yeah.
So who's coming to the retreat?
We have some surprise. I don't think we told them yet. We're doing holotropic breath work.
It's pretty.
You
guys are going to be
blow away.
Yeah. And Pagan Beauty says, "Yay, you made it, girls." Yes.
I love it. You got the lipstick on very well. Thank you.
Because I was telling him, I need to get my lipstick on. Can't go without my lipstick on. You know what I mean? I wish I could go too far away. Well, we're going to have probably another retreat this year, definitely.
Yeah.
We're hoping to create the Brazil and maybe another Sedona retreat. So if you want to get on the waiting list, what's your email?
Yeah, shoot me an email, hana@wildflowerswithin. And just remember, Hana is spelled Jana.
Yeah.
So it's like Jana.
And wildflowers with an S.
Yeah, hana@wildflowerswithin.com.
Yes. Or if you're wanting to get a reading from her or astrology thing from
astrology
her.
reading.
Also from there, or some kind of coaching. Okay? So, hi girls, 2 in beautiful blue. Yay!
We planned it.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
We have had a busy day. So if we seem a little frazzled, we've had a busy day.
Yeah,
so
it's been good.
Hana did a very good, what do you want to call it?
Yeah, a show. Yeah,
she did a show. Yeah, so she did a show today. So good. Let's send prayers to that.
Yeah.
My son Kenny would send a letter to the producers, so let's send love to that we can do for that Timberwolves thing. So let's do that. Okay, so we're going to be talking about March. I'm going to talk about the things that have come true. So I got to get my Honda Dandy glasses on.
Let's do some predictions.
Okay. Well, first let's talk about the things that came true.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember last week. I was talking about ferries or ships or whatever. There was a ferry that sunk in the Nile.
Wow.
Just a couple days ago. So, send prayers to the family of that. I'm thinking, I might not be right, but I think 10 people passed away from that, unfortunately. Oh, wow. There was a major earthquake in Eagle, Idaho. Remember I was saying that we're going to have earthquakes in really weird places? And I'm not saying that Idaho never gets an earthquake, because when I lived in Montana or when we lived in Idaho and Washington, we did have earthquakes, but they'd be little, not so big. So there was one on Easter Island, the island that I really want to go to. Remember Styx, the group Styx?
Is it the one?
Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life. The long arm of the law. But anyways, they had, here I go singing, sorry. They had the Easter Island as their album cover.
That's the massive, those
big heads.
Statues, the head statues.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
So I'm telling you my age right there. Okay. And then there was also an earthquake in Indonesia. Okay. So,
wow.
Okay, so there's a big weather thing going on right now. Big thing going on weather-wise. Remember I was telling you that I saw a tornado going through the Midwest, going to, like Idaho, Chicago, Detroit. Well, 53 million people are going to have severe weather right now. And I predicted that before, and that's going to be another prediction of the weather. There was a plane crash in New Hampshire and in Fort Myers, Florida. Also a helicopter crash, and it was military. It was Coast Guard, so let's send prayers to all the family there. There was a huge fire at a block of apartments. I don't know if you beautiful saw that or not. In Spain. It was like a block of apartments, and it burned. It went really, really fast because they said it was the filler in the walls, the insulation. Big fly.
It was highly flammable.
Highly flammable.
Scary.
So it just went. It just it exploded through the block. So let's send prayers to them.
Gosh.
There was warmer weather in warmer weather. I sound like a sweater weather.
Not sweater weather. Warmer weather.
Warmer weather. Warmer weather. Sing away, Debbie. Warmer weather instead of sweater weather. Warmer weather. In like the Midwest, because my daughter's like, oh my God, this is really hot. But one of my predictions, where I'm going to talk about later, is they're going to get cold again. So remember, and I was saying that there was going to be hot, cold.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah. Last week, I said I felt like someone from NASCAR is going to pass away, and someone. Can you write that down?
Yeah.
Thank you, Rosa, for the $19.99. I appreciate it. Thank you. Someone from NASCAR did pass away. His name was Andrew Lawrence. He was 44. He worked with...
That's my age.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Young, very young. And he had kids and stuff. And I predicted that last week that someone from NASCAR, I was seeing a memorial or whatever, a sign. Spirit showed me a sign, unfortunately. And I watched NASCAR. If you guys watched NASCAR last weekend on Sunday, oh my God. 3 cars all at once. And I swear the person won. I mean, it was like this far. It was like a millisecond that he won. So let's send prayers to those people. Again, I was telling you that we need to watch out from Russia or whatever. NATO gave out a warning for the West. They called it the West. NATO was giving forewarning from Russia for conflict. Okay, so. So they're saying to be prepared for 36 hours. So like if the lights went out for 36 hours, that you have enough water, food, that kind of thing. Okay. Also for 36 hours. So have enough food, water, electrical or whatever power, whatever you need for 36 hours. That's what NATO put down, and you can look it up.
Thank you, Lynette.
Thank you.
The 1999.
Thank you, Lynette. Thank you.
I'm gonna write all these down.
Cancun had huge waves in Cancun. Remember, I kept on talking about waves and all that stuff. So that happened in Cancun. The cell phones were outage. Remember the ATT and all that stuff went out.
There's an astrological reason for that. I can tell.
Okay,
you're going to say it later.
Yeah. Talk about it. We're going to talk about this.
Okay.
And
I don't always like astrology. I can't always tie it in with her predictions, but. If I kind of hear what they are and then I'll just look, it's really trippy to see when they like align with one another. So we're cool. It's going to be fun to share some tidbits around that. Yeah,
that would be great. Heartbreaking. Yes, it is. Prayers for the family. Yeah. Thank you, Kathy, for telling us that there's 306 people watching us right now. Woo-hoo. Hello, beautiful people. Okay. Fires in Christchurch, New Zealand. Remember, I kept on saying I saw fires down in New Zealand and Australia.
That's your home.
That's my hometown.
Your hometown.
Close to it. I was in Dunedin. Mm-hmm. I think we lived in Christchurch for a little bit too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my mom worked there. Yeah. Fires in Victoria, Australia. So let's send prayers to them. Mm-hmm. Remember, I said that there was going to be some kind of new kind of shark.
Yeah.
Right?
That's so random.
There was a new kind of shark, a rare species of sharks here in Oxnard.
What?
In the Channel Islands.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. They were crazy. They thought it was distinct, and it was this rare species of sharks here where I live on the Channel Islands. Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
I love how spirit works.
That's wild.
It's just really weird. The solar flares again, a satellite crash. There was a satellite. Remember, I kept on seeing something from the sky, and I'm like, I don't know if it's a meteor. I don't know what it's, whatever. It's going down. But here's some good news, too. And I'm going to go here. Where does he say? Okay. The panda bear.
How cute.
China is...
Hey, let me hang out with this panda.
China is sending some panda bears to the San Diego Zoo. Nowhere else are they sending it. They're thinking they might send it to Washington, D.C., but they're sending it to San Diego Zoo.
That's
yes.
so cool.
So that Good news on that. Good news on that. And happy birthday to all the Pisces people.
Yay!
Happy birthday
Pisces
to
season.
you. And that's Pisces. I'm Pisces rising, so
Nice.
had to ditty to myself too. No. So that's a lot. Is a lot. Not all the predictions that have come true so far. So crazy, huh?
That's
I
awesome.
love how spirit works. So Care Bunny's got to have another test, non-heart related. So Care Bunny, well, I wasn't reading all this stuff. So
prayers for you, Care Bunny.
Yeah, well, prayers to the people that need the prayers. Okay.
Yeah.
Nancy, any more information on your TV program for the ghost hunting grandmas? Well, we talked to the producers, and they're interested, but not quite right now.
Yeah.
We're talking to someone else also. We've got like 2 other options that we're going to work on. So don't give up. Still send the prayers, because it can come to us in weird ways.
Many
right?
doors, doors are still open for options and possibilities.
Yes.
So we'll just see which one comes through.
Yes. I'm a Pisces sun, March 1st. Well, happy birthday to
birthday.
you. Oh, yeah. Did you see the stingray got pregnant possibly by one of the sharks? I know. Isn't that crazy?
What?
Yes. Oh, she's so cute, too. What was her name?
Oh, my
Cindy,
God.
what was her name? Wasn't it like Charlotte or something like that?
I have not
It
heard
was
this
so
news.
cute, and she had this really cute face. It looked like what's the Ellen DeGeneres, the movie Nemo, Finding Nemo. Remember the little like starfish that was like, oh, I'm talking on, in the fish tank? This little stingray. It was like she was talking, and she's pregnant. They're like, well, see there, and there's no other stingrays in there, only sharks.
Oh my gosh.
Or they think that she's a Virgin Mary, and then she
Immaculate
pregnant
conception
of
my
herself.
gosh.
Yeah. Look it up.
Wow.
It's funny. It's really funny. Really funny.
That's wild.
Okay, so let's go into the predictions. I want
do
you
it.
to do an angel number for today's the 27th.
Sure.
So look at what number 27 is saying.
All right. 27 says life plan. Align your life plan with your soul plan. Your angels want you to reflect and consider deeply what it is you want in life versus what you think you should do.
Oh.
This is really good. Create alone time for yourself today without people or technology. Ask yourself what you want and free write about it in your journal without judgment.
Whoa, does that hit or what?
Yeah.
You've been
that's
kind of
big time.
asking the same.
That is big time.
I was like, what? Thank you, Sandra. Oh, thank you,
Wow.
Kathy. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
1990.
Kathy.
Yes, thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. The 1999. Thank you. And if you can't donate, that's great. You can donate through my website, psychicdebbie.com, or through my email, photopsychicdebbie@gmail.com, if you want to go that way, because then that way YouTube doesn't take some of the donation away. Okay, so let's start doing some predictions, and then Hannah will reflect off of some of the predictions, not all of them.
Yeah.
And then she will do some of the talk after.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Care Bunny says it's not me who has the heart issues. Kathy girl was getting another test done.
Oh, another cat.
So prayers
okay.
for Kathy.
Okay.
We got
Okay.
that.
All right. Sorry.
Get our prayers straight.
Oh my God. Celtics here. Hello. Okay. So let's start doing some predictions. Okay. So,
Shirley, thank you.
new perspective. There's going to be new perspective, a new way of seeing things. You will realize who, what, or where to put your focus and intention. Ask the universe where to put it. It's kind of funny because that's what the angel, I didn't even read that number. So ask the universe where to put it. Okay. So what do you think of the perspective thing?
I love it. I think so. March, if we just look at it, something is gearing up and we're about to enter eclipse season. And with eclipses, you have this major awakenings, major new beginnings and endings. And that can happen. I got something in my throat all of a sudden.
You want a drink of my water?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Very nice. Yeah, and so what that's going to take is a shift. there's going to be major internal shifts happening with you and also in your surroundings that you're going to see. So this is, and we're in
Perfect.
Pisces season right now. And,
Right.
there's a lot of activity in Pisces, which is really that dream space of like, Pisces is a sign that it's said, it's the very last of the zodiac. And so it's
that's
said
right.
to carry all of the lessons of the zodiac. So when you're in Pisces season, it's kind of like this maturation that's happening of like all the lessons I've come through. And then the sun's going to move into Aries, and then boom, a brand new cycle begins. So this feels really on point, a new way of perspective of seeing things. How do you want to start this new zodiacal year? So that really resonates.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
good. Because what I'm saying is what I heard from Spirit. So if it's connecting to astrology wise, it's like, well, hey,
Yeah, we'll see if it like ties
great.
in.
Yeah. Let's see if it ties in. Oh my God, I can't even talk. People are saying we look beautiful in blue. Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
Well, the stingray's name is Charlotte, carrying embryos. Yep. She's pregnant. So we'll see.
That's wild.
We'll see if isn't that crazy? It's just,
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. Government shutdown. I feel like it's going to go down, partial shutdown because of other predictions that Spirit showed me. I could be wrong, but I'm seeing some of the government shutdown,
Oh my goodness.
especially the first week of March. I would be surprised if it doesn't. If it doesn't shut down, then there will be effects that will seem like there's a shutdown. Do you know what I mean? Like layoffs and all that kind of stuff. So Aunt Nanny and Granny just gave us $20, and she said, "Hello, sweet Debbie and Hannah and everyone in chat." Oh, thank you, thank you for the $20. That's really nice.
That's interesting that you see shutdown, and I'll speak briefly to what's been going on with Mercury. There's
Okay.
been major issues with communication lately. Like AT&T lost like all reception. I want to say
Right.
it was like a couple days ago. There's technologically been some difficulties. It almost feels like a Mercury retrograde kind of. And if you've been experiencing that heavily in your chart, well, Mercury was approaching the sun, and it was going combust, is what they call it. Yeah. So I have this little. I have a little
world
to show you. Okay, we've got Spirit Ball, which represents Mercury, and this is our Earth. Okay, spinning. So people are like, what does this mean? Mercury's going combust. What's going on? All right. So picture, here's Mercury, and it travels really, really fast. It's all about communication. It's all about being able to logically solve and break down puzzles and riddles and, like really find something, like find the gold in the mystery. And as it approaches the sun, what happens is when it becomes within 10-degree range, the sun begins to overpower the energy in a planet.
So is this Earth or is this Sun?
I'm sorry, this is the sun. Don't.
Okay,
Yeah,
don't-
I called
okay.
it. I called it. I'm confusing myself now. Well, it's the Earth, literally. It's literally a globe. That's why I'm confusing myself. Okay, so here's the sun. So as it comes close, it's called combustion. And what that is there's so much solar energy overpowering it. It's literally blowing Mercury out into bits. It's like, what? Like it, and they said it was dying. So the messenger's
Mercury's
like,
dying?
yeah, that you're
Oh, wow.
dying. When you reset with the sun, you're resetting a synodic cycle. So it's like, I'm dying, and like coming through. And that's why communications are going down, like it's our messenger, right? Our communication piece is literally in really bad shape. And in Pisces, it's what it calls its fall. Logic does not do, well with the emotional waters of like intuition and just go with your gut. Who needs the proof? Just believe beyond the mysteries out there. And this guy wants to solve it. So he's like, I'm dying in this place that I don't even understand.
Okay, so would that mean that people could find things then? Or not find things?
They wouldn't be finding things per se. The interesting thing is today, communication is actually pretty good because when it hits the heart of the sun, it's all of a sudden called a cazimi, and the whole game changes. When the planet sits at the same degree as the sun, it infuses the sun with the solar energy, and it's like you're taking the seat on the throne. So Mercury, all of a sudden, from going totally combust, becomes super empowered and is able to speak truth and kind of, it's still debilitated because it's in Pisces, but it's finally like gonna get some relief after. And so that's what's been taking place. And, it's still under recovery. It's still going to be under the beams of the sun for the next 10 degrees.
Okay.
So a government shutdown, there's like these
the communication wouldn't be very good. Okay.
Right. You've got some stuff. So that's where I see it in the astrology playing out, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how would that affect some people? It's like, is this a good time to communicate? Or is this not a good time to communicate? Is this a time to tell people, I love you? Or not a time, do you feel?
It's going to be, you're going to have to somehow combine the logic of like what is rational, what makes sense, and tie that into your emotional body. Okay. You have to tie in your logic with an emotion. And so these are really hard aspects, right? They don't just go hand in hand with one another. So you might feel actually very polarized. It might be really argumentative. It might be a lot of even miscommunication where you can't really understand or communicate it well because the messenger is literally not doing well. He's just went combust, and now he's going to be like, just think you're in a hospital. You're like, with bandages on and you're recovering, and people are, imagine someone trying to come and like have major conversations with you. You're like, can you just like give me a minute for a second? I just died and I came back to life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and all, and take this with a grain of salt. Those who are, cool and explaining. Thank you. Yeah, take it with a grain of salt. If Mercury is strong in your chart, meaning like if you're a Virgo rising, if you're a Gemini rising, you're ruled by Mercury. That's the ruling planet of those two signs. You're going to feel the effects more. If Mercury sits in one of your angular houses, your, first, fourth, seventh, or 10th, you're going to feel it more. So it all really depends on what your natal chart is too.
Okay. So, because you're a Gemini rising.
I'm a Gemini rising. I'm ruled by Mercury.
So you had communication today, so it worked out for you.
Because it was Kazimi. Yeah. Thank God. I chose the one day it was like empowered and sitting on the throne of the sun.
Yes. Yes.
But it was still kind of a little bit of difficulty. Like I had to find the location. I had to find the space. There were a lot of obstacles. It's
almost like saying, do you really want this?
Yeah.
Well, could be placed in front of you.
Yeah.
Do you think for the month of March that this could happen, or just the beginning of March?
Well, it's towards the end. It's going to feel a little bit better because Mercury is going to be in recovery. All of a sudden, Mercury is going into a completely different sign. So it's no longer in Pisces trying to like be all emotional, Right. It's going to go into Aries, which is a fire sign. And it's more assertive and, it's going to completely change. Would
it be a good time to say that you love somebody now or when it goes into Aries?
I think saying love to somebody is always good if you really mean it.
We know
if you really mean it.
Right.
But maybe there's going to be some like really hard, what do you call that? When it's like, because Saturn is also in the mix in Pisces right now. Like if we just talk about Pisces season, here are the main characters. You've got Venus, who's going to enter pretty soon. Then you've got Mercury, who's in there now, the Sun, Saturn, and Neptune. So picture like this room in all of the zodiac, and Pisces is there, and all of these planets are going to have to interact with one another. Okay. Like you're at a dance party or like a cocktail party.
How
right?
you doing?
So yeah, so like you will feel like, let's say you might want to tell someone you love them, but you might be held back and constrained for a number of reasons. Maybe you're feeling the timing is off. Maybe you haven't emotionally processed or connected to the place where you're mature enough to say it. Like there's going to be some issues around it. And at the same time, the exact opposite of also dreaming big, like really dreaming and what do you want in love? All of that is taking place in these waters of Pisces season right now. That's what March is happening.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I think that's really good. Don't you think? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so another prediction I have down is Texas will have major traffic issues with people coming for the April 8th solar eclipse.
Oh.
So I see issues before then. I'm seeing shortage of fuel, shortage of food, shortage of hotels.
Wow.
I'm seeing some like conflicts, like, no, that's mine. No, you know what I mean? People having, so if you live in Texas, I would get ready for the event, and also have patience, people. Have patience. Please have patience, okay?
Get some sage.
Yes, sage yourself.
Do
protect
meditation,
yourself.
yoga.
Yeah, yeah. So be things like that. Be careful with trains again. I still see a train derailment or an explosion on a train. I don't know if it affects a lot of people. I feel like it could be more storage train, trains that are carrying product instead of people. But I could be off on that. I still see some more cyber attacks. Okay. I'm also seeing, like I was talking about before, a cold front coming in for the states that were warm, like Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota, that way east. I'm seeing some cold coming through. Okay. I'm sorry about it, but it's because I predicted that before. It was the cold, hot, and that the trees are going to be blooming and flowers are going to be blooming, and then all of a sudden we get cold again. So I could see some massive snow in the Sierra Mountains, Colorado, or even the Great Lake area again.
So good skiing. Good skiing.
Yeah, she's going skiing in Montana, where my son went to college. So it's kind of crazy.
That's cool.
Okay. I don't know.
Skiing.
So we've got your name on this one. Changes in relationships. If there could be a makeup or breakup. She said she wanted to, I thought she wanted to break up and then she said she wanted to make up. That song. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. Right.
I know that song.
Okay. If in an argumentative relationship, it will get worse. Sorry. Also, many will be wearing rose-colored glasses. So see the red flags. So what's your opinion on that?
This is so juicy. I mean, when we're getting into eclipse season, eclipses bring major new beginnings and major endings. And when you've got eclipses taking place in Libra, it's a Venusian rule. It's ruled by Venus. It is about relationships. It is about balance. It is about give and take. These eclipses are going to have a massive effect. It's Libra and Aries are where the access is. That's all the activity of back and forth. The lunar full moon eclipse in Libra. And then once we get into April, it's going to be the solar eclipse in Aries. They're polar opposite in the sense that Libra is about you and relationship, how you are in relationship with you and your community and your loved ones and the relationships that you hold dear. And Aries is all about the self. Aries is all about focusing on what do I need and what selfishness is actually self-love. What does that look like? And what sacrifices are going to need to be made for that balance and give and take. So that totally resonates with the astrology.
Wow.
Yeah.
So someone here, Celtic Seer, says rose-colored glasses is often associated with Pisces. Really?
Yeah, because it's spiritual, right? Pisces is you're taking all the wisdom and you're thinking. Pisces are the two fish. Okay. And one fish is pointing up towards spirit, and the other fish is pointing down towards matter. I
never knew that. I'm learning something new, you guys.
And the tails are together. And we always forget this with a sign like that. So how do you bridge being that higher self of what you want to live that life and, like what that wants to feel like, and how do you bring that to earth, right?
Wow.
So having the rose-colored glasses is you really trying to take that fish going upward, bringing it down into spirit. Wow. And sometimes it could be like, you're not actually looking at the truth. You're too, the rose-colored glasses, right. You're not seeing the truth because you don't want to. You're not merging in the way that's like, some things on earth are not pleasant. Some things are going to have to be obstacles, have to be faced, and there's going to be hard truths. That's, and Saturn sitting in Pisces right now is about hard truths.
Wow,
yeah.
fantastic.
Blocks
And I'm wearing
limitations.
labradorite, so to me that means heaven and earth, above and below.
Yeah.
So Spirit said, wear labradorite, which I am.
Yeah.
I got this in Jerome.
Oh,
Remember
nice.
Jerome?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jerome.
So Jerome's really cool. So Carol says it is cold. This afternoon was brutal, so windy. Burr even got some snow, and this weekend back up to near 70. You were right on, Debbie. Well, thank you.
Wow.
See? Wow.
Very cool.
How cool is that? Okay, so where was I? Okay, the first week of March, major conflicts. I'm seeing countries, but also protesters, also individuals. So I'm seeing some protesting here. Do you know what I mean? In the first weeks of March. I'm seeing third eye, that this is what they showed me in the third eye, this prediction. I hope I'm wrong, but they were showing someone having a conflict at work, like going in and not being really good at work. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm also seeing terrorists send something in the mail. So what they showed it to me was powder.
Oh, gosh.
Like fentanyl or
like
some,
sent to famous people
or
sent
like
to...
the government, or you know what I mean,
Oh,
they're
gosh.
pissed at somebody or something like that. I feel like it's more around political things. I'm not saying that this is just for the States. This could be for Europe. This could be for Sweden because of it wanting to get into NATO. Do you know what I'm saying? And I have one of those kind of predictions too.
Wow.
So I feel like I don't feel like it's going to affect us people, but I feel, because I see conflict being sent to Sweden because of them joining NATO. So that could be part of it. Do you know what I'm saying?
That kind of ties in a little bit with an eclipse season in Libra. So you think of the scales, right? The balance that happens, and Sweden joining NATO, right? There's a tipping of the scale with that. They're receiving one more person, and how does the balance change with a new alliance? So that it would make sense that you'd have on like a global issue some sort of balance like that playing out in the world. So that makes sense.
So okay. So also the first 2 weeks, dreams, meditation, downloads could be huge. Write down information and use for it later. So Hannah, something.
Yeah, first 2 weeks. Well, you've got so you've got a March 8th. We've got the Neptune conjoining with Mercury, meaning they're both coming together. This is now Neptune, Mercury. And whenever planets come together, a fusion takes place of this energy. So there's always light and shadow to everything, but wishful thinking, inspiration, that could be something where taking a look at things honestly and clarity, or the lack of clarity where you can't really see. It could be mistrust or deception, but that's a huge space. And then we have the new moon taking place on March 10th, and this new moon sits in Pisces. So new moons are like seeds that you're planting, prayers, I like to call them, that you hold in your heart. And this is going to be about that. It's all going to be like Venus is a really big player in what is being dictated and what is being asked of us to look within. So lots of Venusian topics, love and marriage, and even creativity, or in your work, how do you express yourself? There's going to be lots of beautiful intentions that you can be set, but you might feel some restrictions because Saturn is still in the mix, and it's like seriousness, responsibility, maturity, self-doubt. So really connecting with your spirit.
So like doing meditation, prayer, rituals, or whatever, whatever you believe in, a God, universal source, Buddha, whatever. So this is a good time to connect to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Pisces wants you to dream big and still marry the fact that you are a human in a human body having a human experience. And how do you keep your heart open with all this wisdom that your higher self is bringing to you, knowing and it's also tough to be human.
Right.
That's what's going on with the collective right now when the sun sits in Pisces like this.
Gotcha. Fantastic. Okay. So the last week I saw miracles and opportunities. That's what Spirit showed me. What do you think of that?
Well, the last week is the big eclipse. So, I mean, the lunar eclipse.
Yeah, because I got lunar eclipse on here.
The lunar eclipse takes place on March 25th. It is in the sign of Libra. Again, it's going to be ruled by Venus. And she is, going to be exalted in Pisces. When Venus enters Pisces, she's in like one of her strongest places she can be within the zodiac. It's like they roll out the red carpet for her. Okay. And imagine people going, the goddess of love is here, goddess of love and beauty, So she is going to be feeling very empowered. And at the same time, she's going to have these uncomfortable conversations because there are like Saturn, when she meets up with Saturn, I have that on March 22nd. I put it like Venus grows up. Like when you get like the little girl in love and like the rose colored glasses and, she's just come from Aquarius, which is all about the mind and thinking about the future and new ways of expression and creativity. And then she comes into Pisces and imagine like, you're being celebrated, right? Someone's like feeding you grapes. Okay, Debbie's Aphrodite now.
Yeah,
she's
my
Venus.
Cabana boy.
Yeah. So and they're like,
or Robert Redford.
They're like, darling, take another grape, whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're like, by the way, Saturn wants to talk to you.
Oh gosh.
And it's still her party, and she's still got the tiara and the crown, but she's like, okay. She knows it's going to be a little uncomfortable. Saturn's going to come and say, well, what have you learned? And what can you tell me that's wise about love? Give me the wisdom. Let me, he's going to ask her to mature.
They're going to teach us about love in different perspectives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's,
fantastic.
And miracles can happen when you access that place of maturity. Maybe a Venus-Saturn conjunction can be your heart finally heals from betrayal.
Ooh.
Because
that'd
you
be
can
nice.
Imagine the wisdom that is needed within the heart to ultimately forgive, right? Knowing all of the pain it caused, but that the healing allowed you an opportunity to keep your heart open.
So that would be a good time to ask for forgiveness or connect with somebody that we're
always
around that time.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Think about being very mature when it comes to love, and you'll be in pretty good shape. And if it's rough and maybe the maturity, that's the thing. You can't just say it's one or the other, right? The maturity could also be, this relationship is no longer serving me. Right. I have to let this go.
Right. And even though it's cuts like a knife,
yes.
but it feels so right. You know that song? Cuts like a knife.
Yeah.
It feels so right.
Yeah, they're big issues, right? You're no longer like little kids in kindergarten, like just giving each other pecks on the cheek. Like this is like, no, we're either in it or we're not. It's big love conversations. That's what's going on.
But send them divine love and understanding before you're doing this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Send them divine. I talk about that when I do readings, and people probably know that. I always say send them divine love and understanding so that they understand your perspective, you understand their perspective of where you're coming from. And it makes it easier if you can see both sides of the story.
Yeah, totally.
And it's hard. A lot of people, and there's always, I know how flat a pancake or a crepe, there's two sides. So, or you mean even this like little piece of paper. It's very thin, but there's two sides.
Yeah.
So, and some people have a hard time with that, seeing your perspective. It's like, you got to kind of see where I'm coming from too. Do you know what I'm saying? So that maybe do a lot of healing. That maybe do a lot of healing for a lot of us. Okay.
Yeah.
People are complaining about the commercials. I'm not putting the commercials on, you guys. That's YouTube. Sorry. Okay. So where did I say? Lunar eclipse. Okay. So I'm seeing more volcano action again. I'm seeing Hawaii erupting even more. Iceland again more. Italy. And Mexico. I'm also seeing earthquakes in Alaska, Japan, and India. There's this thing I keep on telling you guys about India. I keep on forewarning about India all the time.
Interesting.
It's either the India is with the earthquake and flooding, or both together, or just a flooding or waves again, a tsunami or something. I don't know what it is with India. They keep on showing me that. Wow. I don't feel like it's happened quite yet, what they keep on showing me. They also keep on showing me New Zealand and Australia, more New Zealand than Australia, or around that Pacific coast around New Zealand and Australia for earthquakes. I'm also seeing fires and flooding in New Zealand and Australia. Okay, so yeah, Pacific Ocean. I'm also seeing more things with ships again. Ships, ferries, boats, cruises, be careful. I'm seeing it being more around mid-March. So what's going on in mid-March that with water?
Well, I mean, this entire season is Pisces.
Okay.
So you've got a lot of activity in this watery, feminine sign, an expansive sign. And there are some difficulties going on right now.
Because Cindy's saying Saturn is the teacher. So I don't know what that means.
Saturn is, Saturn was the one that sat, at it's the planet, the planet that we can see with our naked eye. That's the last planet we can see. Everything else, like when they discovered Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, you needed some sort of lens to properly see it. So Saturn sat on the boundary. It is a very mystical planet, and he's called the keeper of time.
Right.
Because he's on the outskirts, kind of in darkness, just sort of looking at all the players going on. So a teacher is someone that can see that full perspective, and it's slow moving, like a Mr. Miyagi type archetype, right? And wisdom that's there, but also hard truths,
right? And
like the gateway in between what is in our world and known versus what is beyond. Okay. So Saturn, they call the Lord of Karma. So a lot of teaching comes in, and
karma.
Some tough lessons.
Sometimes karma is, howdy diddy.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I got to say I'm not a financial advisor. I always say this all the time, entertainment only. Okay, so please be careful at the end of February, which is like now, to the first and second week of March with finances, with stocks. Double check, triple check your stocks, your cryptos, that kind of area. Could be major layoffs. So that's why I was thinking that there's this government shutdown, because they kept on showing me major layoffs. So that doesn't mean that the government shuts down, but if you don't, then you're going to hear about some major layoffs or it's together. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so housing in Florida and California, there's going to be this really weird thing, like certain places, the cost of them are going to go way, way down, or that they can't sell the houses, or there's too many houses for sale. I see that there's some parts of Florida that's happening. Other parts, they're raising, you know what I mean? The prices are going up. So there's a lot of this up and down. But double check people in Florida and California. Don't ask me why, but they want you to check your insurance and make sure that you have wind insurance. Wind. So they showed me Hurricane Katrina, where a lot of the people had insurance. They had hurricane insurance, they had flooding insurance, and they wouldn't give it to them because they didn't have wind insurance. They were saying ridiculous. They had flooding. They had all the other stuff.
What does a hurricane consist of? That's wind.
And water.
Yeah, wind and water.
But, insurance companies. So that's up to you. Yep. So Donna says white powder was sent to Eric Trump's home. Really?
Whoa.
Are you kidding me? Oh, my gosh. Spirit is so good.
That's crazy.
Spirit is so good. I didn't know about that. Yes.
I didn't hear about that
And
either.
some people were saying there's already fires in Australia. Yes, I predicted that like a month ago. Okay, because I kept on saying that this was not because before I was like water. Remember last year's water, and I said this year was water and fire, that there was going to be major fires, and that's what's happening in Australia and New Zealand and stuff.
Wow.
It also will be happening around here.
Wow.
Believe me, this summer is going to be a lot of fires. Okay.
Oof.
Major layoffs in New Zealand today. New hub owned by U.S. Warner Brothers. See, so that's what I'm saying. There's going to be these really weird layoffs in places. So it's crazy. So be careful with your finances right now and into the first couple of weeks of March. Again, I'm seeing for April, but that's another video. Okay, I'm seeing conflict with government office or officials in Canada. There could be a standoff there with a guy, or it could be a group of people standing off for whatever reason in Canada. Okay. I'm seeing major politicians worldwide could become very ill or pass away in March. So there could be one major politician or some highfalutin somebody
Wow.
could pass away. Excuse me, they're making my nose itch when I do readings.
And worldwide, not just like U.S.
Not just the U.S. It could be someone worldwide.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we're going to be like, oh, you know what I mean? Either that someone goes assassinates to them, or that they just pass away or something. I hope I'm wrong. I'm hoping wrong. Just a forewarning.
Wow.
I'm also seeing that there could be more arrests with high leaders and politicians too. I'm seeing some more arrests. Okay. Again, be careful with overall world solar flares, electrical storms. Remember, I was talking about it last week and the week before, I think, or the week before I was gone, but the week before that, I was talking about electrical storms. Spirit keeps on showing me this electrical thing. I don't know what they're trying to show me. So, solar flares, electrical storms, lightning, balls of fire.
Oh my gosh.
Outages, beautiful. What do you call it? The Aurora Borealis?
Aurora Borealis.
Yep, there's going to be that. Night lights, there's going to be like night light things. Be careful around electricity. If you have a problem with electricity, please fix it. If you don't know how to do it, please be careful with it, because you could get shocked or whatever. It's going to be really strong. Wow. But when be careful taking a shower or a bath when there's electrical storm going on. For some reason, they're showing me this electricity. So I don't know if it all of a sudden that there's this electrical bolt and then it hits a building and the building explodes, or I don't know what they're trying to show me, but they keep on telling me, and they forewarned me this before. So,
Wow.
you know, that kind of thing. What was the other thing? Okay, so this electrical storm could bring major storms, snowstorms, huge hail, or ice storms. Japan, Russia, Alaska, China, worldwide. So I'm seeing that there's electrical major storms could be in Japan, Russia, Alaska, China, and of course the States, or worldwide. Because of the Pisces water, conflict with water. But also the conflict with water, but also water is going to be a really strong conduit because it's Pisces season.
Yeah, totally.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're in the emotional waters.
So using your crystals, doing whatever water rituals or whatever is going to be really, really strong in March. And maybe we need to look up some rituals or some kind of exercises to work with water, and then I can give to you guys to work with in March. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Really cool.
That'd be really cool. So also I see again, Indiana, Ohio, Midwest, floods and major storms. Someone was saying that there's already storms going on. We had thunder and lightning here today in Ontario, Canada. See, I'm seeing these storms, like this constant like storm kind of thing. I'm seeing like the tornadoes going up. Remember, I kept on saying from Texas going up to Ohio, Indiana, you know, that kind of area, major tornado weather. So, and I feel like I think someone was saying it's today. Sylvia says we both have beautiful hair. Isn't Hannah's hair gorgeous? I think her hair is just gorgeous. Okay. I'm seeing a storm, and it could be the storm that's going on now. And you remember, I write this before today. Okay. I saw a major storm going through the Midwest, going up to the thing, but also going to the east and going up the East Coast. Whew. It's just kind of really weird. So that's why I'm saying, make sure you guys have wind insurance if you're in a windy area, especially along the coast, especially around Florida and California and certain parts of the Midwest. If you're in the tornado alley, they call it tornado alley. I would get your tornado insurance or wind insurance or whatever way it needs to be said. Okay. Yeah. Make sure that you see it in all perspectives. Okay. Also, I keep on still seeing a major or big building going down. They kept on showing me the towers that are here in LA. We have, remember that guy? Towers? Remember the ones when we came back from the Conscious Life Expo, and they have all that graffiti on them.
Oh yeah.
And an Asian China guy was trying to, but he ran out of money or something.
Like billboard, like those skyscrapers that have
all that graffiti
and stuff.
Yeah, they needed all the graffiti off and da da da. I'm seeing something like that could be falling down, or someone put in an explosion in it, or put it on fire, or something like that. But I'm not saying it's the LA one.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
that's what they were showing me.
Oof,
Okay.
prayers.
So this is what they were wanting me to say, and then Hannah will kind of talk to us a little bit too. So what Spirit said is, what did you learn or what you wanted in 2020? What was your dream, the download or awakening? It will be 3 times the strength this year. It starts in March. Okay. So what was your dreams, or what were you trying to learn, or what was the lesson, or where did you have rose-colored glasses on there and you need to take them off because whatever the conflict was, or the allowing was, what you were learning is going to be 3 times stronger, and it's starting in March, they told me.
Wow.
Okay.
Interesting.
Because it's connected to your dreams. It's a connection to your intention. It's connected to your focus. Does that make sense? Okay. And then also, what were you learning and creating, or what lesson did you need to release and create in 2004? So 20 years ago, what was going on 20 years ago? Some of you guys are, had to diddy. We're probably even here. But some of us older folks, we had major change. I mean, I don't know how many deaths, and then we moved from Washington. I got laid off. My husband got laid off. We just, we got married in 2002. A sister passed away. There was a lot of changes for us in 2004. So I was like, really? Yeah. Better be for the good. That's all I'm saying. But kind of look on that. Your insight, gut feelings, mediumship, healing abilities will become stronger if you allow. Notice the signs and gifts and ask why this whole month, but see it through joy. Ask, why are you allowing me to see it this way? What is it that is coming? And sometimes it's not about you. Sometimes it might be the people around you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's funny because, like, with Hannah coming today, I asked her, Spirit said, ask Hannah to do a live video with you for the month of March. She's like, nope, can't do that.
I thought I was going to be busy today.
That's really weird. And then I was like, and then I'm like, can you go, do it on Thursday? She's like, no, she's going skiing tomorrow up into Kalispell. So if you guys are up in Kalispell, Whitefish, skiing,
see you
say
on
hi to
slopes.
Diddy, see the bunnies. She's going to be one of the bunnies. So she's like, no, I'm skiing. And Kalispell is where my son went to college. And remember, my cabin is just an hour or 2 away. She's
cool.
She came and visit me when I was in Montana.
Yeah.
And so then all of a sudden you got this opportunity for the show.
Right.
And it was just really weird how the universe put it all together to the point that we're making the show.
Yeah, we were like, I guess we are going live together on Tuesday. Don't know how that's happening, but
the universe wants you to do something, it's going to make you do it.
Yeah.
So stop controlling. Just kind of believe that the universe really knows what it's doing. It really knows what it's doing. Okay, so what do you want to say about that?
I want to touch a little bit on what did you learn in 2020, because something just popped as you were speaking about it. So we all know 2020 was the government, or with the lockdown.
That was the lockdown. That's right. I completely forgot about that.
And what's very interesting about, like, what did you want versus what were you doing? Well, a lot of people were getting drunk at 9 in the morning. Let's keep it real, folks. I remember memes out there like, is it 10 a.m.? It must be 5 o'clock somewhere. And a lot of people, it was not a very sober year for many, many people, right? And understandably, there's not a judgment as I say this, right? And what's interesting is when we go into Pisces, when you think of Pisces season, there is this inebriation that is associated with it because dealing with the emotions is too challenging. So people check out through substance abuse and substance use. And it's interesting that in this season of inebriation and intoxication, we're being reminded this 2020 period of when the world was collectively kind of like, I don't want to look at this. This is horrible. I want to, so what I'm hearing you say is Spirit saying, we're bringing this to the foreground again. Are you going to behave differently? What is it that you're trying to bring through and create? And
what did you learn from 2020?
What did you learn about that and how you were in lockdown and what you wanted to create? Because when the world shut down, it's almost like time stood still, right?
Right.
And that's kind of what an eclipses are massive portals of time recalibrating itself, pathways, life paths shifting. And the beauty about spirituality is not to get lost in it so you forget the humanness, right?
Right.
That's the marriage that needs to be happening. But this, if we can stay grounded, if we can stay in our
hearts, not our body where the fear, worry, and doubt is.
Right.
Hello, I talk about it all the time.
but in our heart,
But be in the spirit of us, yes.
yeah, in that deep, deep place, we'll get the answers that Spirit is telling us. What are we ready to learn? How are we ready to grow? And then you've got Saturn in play for maturity, and Saturn is going through a death also. Tomorrow, the Sun and Saturn and Mercury are all going to be sitting together, and they're both, Mercury and Saturn are both going to be dying. And when you think about death, you face hard truths. And the beauty about this is the planets aren't dying per se, right? But they're resetting themselves. So it's massive potential. Saturn, even though it's considered like, not the friendliest of planets, there is this mysticism to Saturn, and also fertility, that in the darkness of the womb, in the darkness of which we cannot see, there is fertile ground to birth something really good.
So that's the fertilizer is underneath, and we're not seeing it.
Yes.
But it's going to.
Yes.
It's feeding us.
Yeah.
Within.
Yeah.
And we probably don't realize how much we're getting fertilized.
Yeah. So really stay connected to this prayer. Knowing that an eclipse is coming, and it's going to be in a releasing. Something is going to be taken out of your life, maybe abruptly, but it's all going to be, if you hold the intention of, okay, so then I'm calling in this, and look at where Libra and Aries sits in your chart. Look at what topics are in those houses. Is it your career? Is it something around your family? Is it something around finances? Is it ways in which you yourself sabotage your growth?
Right.
I mean, there's so many, there's 12 different houses to look at, So just keep that in mind as we go into eclipse season.
Right.
Just know
really connect to the spirit of you. And I get it. It's easier said than done, and not to be in the body of you where the fear, worry, and doubt is. Because I have said it numerous of times. I say it in my readings all the times. Because I want you to get it, is that a fear, worry, and doubt is someone else's story, honey, that you're carrying. It's someone else's chatter that's in your brain. Either society, the church, religions, family, friends, cousins, simple. Whatever.
So true.
A lot of times, and the reason that you're in fear, worry, and doubt is because it's not resonating with you. The body is not giving you fear. It's not giving you worry or giving you doubt. It's saying, hello, McFly, you're not in the vibration of these people's squirrel, fur. It's not in your space. I sound like Porky Pig, and then change the word. But do you get what I'm saying? So it's like being connected to that. I say, that's me. If it resonates, this is a really powerful month to do prayer. This is a really powerful month
100%.
to not begging prayer, being being gratitude, being in joy. Try to see things as much joy as you can through this month. You know what I mean? Where it's like noticing your qualities, noticing the things that make you zing, that makes you happy, that brings you joy. Yeah. So going back to 2020, there was Teresa that said it was horrible for us nurses that were forced to take vaccines or lose our jobs while we watched horrible deaths. And prayers to the nurses. My son's married to an emergency nurse. Wow. I mean, believe me, what she sees or whatever is going through there. So you nurses, someone says you rock. Yes, they rock.
Thank you, nurses.
But maybe, Teresa, it's trying to get you to look at your boundaries. Is there something in your life, because you didn't want to take the vaccine? Was there some kind of boundaries that you're going right now that you're having to work on? So being able to say no. Maybe the universe is going to bring you something else that you're wanting to say no, but you had to say yes to. So maybe it brings something like that up.
Yeah, that's
you know
very,
what I'm saying?
and that's very Aries Libra. Aries is you, and how do you self-love, and where do you, it is about boundaries, right? And then also Libra, like who you are with others.
Right. Does Hannah have a channel? Yes, she does, but she's not doing enough of the astrology. Fairy godmother here.
Called out, squirrel! Squirrel!
So, squirrel lady here, love it. So, yes.
It's called Wildflowers Within. And we'll put my link tree in so you can connect with me on my, on my YouTube channel.
It's called Wildflowers Within. We're probably going to start doing some of these. We're thinking maybe we just, Thursday nights or whatever. We're talking about that I can have my show, she can have her show, and then we can have this show together. So I think we work really well together.
I love working with her.
Yes.
We're
so the opposite. I mean, look at blonde hair, blue eye, dark hair, dark eyes. I'm 20 years older than her. She's skinny. I'm fluffy. You know
I love the fluff. The fluff is so
the grandma
fluff. Well, should we
Teresa says, wow, hit the head on exactly what I'm working through right now. See? Spirit knows what they're talking about. That's how my readings are. It's like you get a reading from me. It could be Psychic Debbie Griggs. Let's put my little tag thing on there.
There you go.
I have a couple little more openings going on. So, and I might have more openings come up, like maybe at the end of June, because I know I have the month of June off. And so,
and we're going to have retreats coming up together. So, this Sedona one is sold out, but there's going to be more.
Get on the waiting list if you want to get on the waiting list. Yeah. And,
we'd love to see you either in the States or somewhere international. We might be going back to Brazil. It's all under discussion, but it's going to be incredibly powerful. People that come on our retreats really have incredible transformations, and we're just excited to do this work together.
Yes. So do you want to do a card?
Yeah.
So she's going to do
Psychic Tarot
from John Holland.
I'm really excited about
I should have brought my picture out with me with John Holland about 20 years ago, probably even longer than that, when he first... this deck wasn't even out yet when I met him. Yeah.
Oh my
He's one of the people that came up to me and said, it's a kind of a longer story, but I'll make it really short. He looked at me and said, hold on to your bootstraps, girl, because when it hits you, you're going to be big. And boom. So, yeah. I don't know if you know who John Holland is, but yeah, he did a couple TV, like shows. He didn't have a TV show, but he was on some, mystical shows or whatever. So yeah, very cool guy.
Okay, so what's the intention we want to
Oh,
there you go.
What is it? What did it say?
I've got 3 cards.
Disruption.
I was thinking the eclipse season. What's in store for us?
Love begins and new beginnings.
All right, this is what I got. This is good. All right, so I asked Spirit what is in store for us in my head. What is in store for us during this eclipse season? And we got a disruption card, totally in alignment with eclipses. We got
it's because it's the green.
Okay, it says love begins, and then we got new beginnings. So I'm feeling that. I totally feel eclipses are incredibly powerful portals. And if you hold that prayerful intention from your heart space and just activate it every day through joy, through meditation, dance, whatever brings you pleasure, you're gonna have a powerful eclipse season.
Yeah. Okay. So this one I'm doing Archangel Michael. Someone said I love John Holland, and you ladies are cute together. Thank you, Teresa. Hello from New Zealand. Hello from a Kiwi to another Kiwi. Can you please? Okay. So
pull a card for her. It's her
birthday, March 5th. Okay, so let's see what Archangel Michael. Maybe a soul truth you could do for.
Let's do a soul truth for the birthday girl, Crystal.
Okay, so
here's a piece for you.
Whoops, here's Michael. So let's see what Michael's saying first.
She's asking. Eclipse season starts on March 25th with the lunar eclipse in Libra, and then it ends on April 8th with a new moon solar eclipse in Aries.
We're in Sedona. Yes.
Okay. Crystal.
Okay. So this one, it says time to leave this unhealthy situation.
Yeah.
Archangel Michael wants parts of my life. Oh, I'm having a hard time reading it.
Wants parts of my life. So Archangel Michael, what parts of my life do I need to focus on more closely right now? Thank you for helping me hear your answers and for giving me the courage to make healthy changes in my life.
Wow. So call on Michael to help with the changes. And then also it said, make a commitment. Archangel Michael.
As the angel of courage and confidence, I call upon you to lend me your strength. Allow me to commit to myself, my life, and my divine purpose. Clearly guide me so I can fully open my heart to every experience.
Fantastic.
Amen.
Fantastic.
All right, Crystal, this is for you. Birthday card pull. What shall we like for her to know? Oh, this one flew out. That's when you know it's meant to be. When it flies out like that in the deck.
Love you.
All right, so here is your question. What can I do to make a difference?
Wow.
So sit in that. So that means you're incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Right? That like a power emergence is coming.
Right.
All right. So what keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it? Such that every ounce of you screams, no more. Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Today's soul action. Make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference.
Wow.
That's karmic reckoning right there. That
Wow,
sounds
fantastic.
good.
Okay, so you beautiful people have a yes or no question, or maybe because I'm doing the angel answer cards. I'm doing the angel answer cards, and let's do that. Let's see. Ooh. A bunch of them flew out, so that's too many. Okay. Thank you, ladies. Perfect message. You can feel good energy around you, too. Aw, thank you.
Thank you.
Captain Morgan just got a new hip. Well, congratulations on your new hip.
Congratulations.
You can do a little diggy. You can do a little dance.
You'll be shaking.
Gonna dance. Okay, so what are these beautiful people? Yes or
Ooh,
no?
there we go.
Ask your angels.
Ask
It
your
says
angels.
ask your angels.
Okay.
See that? So let me do it again. What's it? Ooh. Well, recovery and yes.
Woo!
Recovery and yes.
Okay.
Okay. Beautiful. Did you want to do a card or you just want to say goodbye?
Yeah, I think, no, those were good. I did
Okay.
the personal one and the psychic one.
So I think we're good here. Beautiful people. If you like us being together, please comment and share if you like us together. We were probably going to do some more of these. I'm hoping that we can do, like every Thursday or something.
That would be
So
really nice.
we want to thank you all, beautiful, beautiful people, especially for the donations. If you can't donate, please comment, share, do a lot of comments on the thing. You can connect with Hannah at...
You can go to my link tree or just go to wildflowerswithin.com and that'll take you to all my social media channels.
And then you got YouTube on there.
Yeah,
and
YouTube, my
all
link,
that stuff.
Yeah, we'll put my link tree in the comment section. That'll be good.
Yes.
That way you can connect with me.
And you know me, psychicdebbie.com or photopsychic, gmail.com or whatever. So I want to give you blessings and smiles. And I hope, and remember, be in joy. Be in joy. Okay. It's the highest vibration there is.
Be in joy.
And know that you're worthy to be in joy and that to be worthy of all your dreams to come true. Okay. I want to give you blessings and smiles. And until next time, bye-bye.
Love you guys. Take care.
Bye.